All right, so for this week, I want you to post a video of your gameplay. And so in the recording, I won't be able to demonstrate this because I'm obviously already recording a video. So I'll go over the steps a little bit, and then after that, I'll show you guys how I would do it. There are some links here for documentation resources. And this has some YouTube tutorials for taking screenshots and making videos. Oh, this video is missing. I keep forgetting to replace this. But there are two videos on screen recording for Windows and for Mac. This one is also goes over how to add the audio from the computer in the recording. You don't need to do that, obviously, for this example. But, you know, if you wanted to, you could. And we will add audio to the games eventually, so that might be useful. If you want to do really fancy stuff, there's a couple of tutorials with using OBS, but it's not necessary for this assignment. Anyway, so I'll go over the steps, but as I said, I can't record it because I'm already recording a video. So I'll have to do that after this video is done. But I'll go over everything else that we need to do first. Yeah, to set up to take a video, we want to go into Godot, and basically we have another week to work on this first maze project, so it doesn't have to be completely done, but it would be good to see something that's built out enough that we can get a sense of what you're going for with the scene. So I'm gonna open up my level that I was working on. Oh, and I also wanted to quickly go over one more thing that I forgot to talk about last time. So right now I have this level. It's got a few rooms, but it just kind of like ends, there's where you just are looking out over nothing. So I wanted to add just a couple things real quick, and then I'll take a video of it. And one thing I forgot to kind of cover, I was in the previous video earlier today, I was talking about like creating different components and doing all this stuff. But one thing I want to go over is how to get some stuff from one scene into another scene. There used to be a good workflow for this that was very clear, but they got rid of that, and now it's just copy and paste. So it's actually it should be a pretty familiar thing, but just in case you want to do that, I'll show you an example. So during the break, I created a little room with some windows, and I want to use this to add some foreshadowing to the end of my scene. And to do that, I want to add the windows into another scene. So I went through kind of the same process, but instead of creating a door, I created these windows in this little hallway scene. And so I want to make another room with my one door room, but I want to add some windows in here. And so instead of recreating the windows in a duplicate of the scene, what would be easier is just to copy and paste the windows that I already created into another copy of this scene. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to duplicate this one door room. So I'm going to go down here to my file system and right click and duplicate. And I'm just going to put a little W here to indicate that it's got windows. Put a little underscore. And so now I'll open this up. And so now I have my one door room. I'm going to close this other one door room. And I want to add these windows in here so that I don't have to just recreate them. So let's go to my one door room. I'll delete these walls that are already here. So I'll delete this wall. I'll hit Command Delete. And I want to put some windows in here so we can see into the room. And so this process is really simple. I just select the nodes that I want, and I just hit copy, Command C, copy, or I can right click and copy. And now I can just paste in here. So you used to not be able to do this. They had a different workflow, which I actually thought was nice because it was very clear. But anyway, so to paste, you want to make sure it's in the main node. So I'm just going to right click here and then paste. And so now we've got our window. So that can save you some time as far as, recreating some components that you might want in multiple scenes, but maybe you don't want to duplicate the whole thing. So I want to add the other window. I'm just going to duplicate that window. So I'm going to hit Command D and just rotate it around to the other side. And so now I have a new room with some windows. And so I'm going to finish out my level for a second. I'm going to add these nice little window rooms into the level. So I'm going to I'm going to put in W, and that should bring up my window rooms. So I'm going to do a little hallway over here. And I'm going to rotate it, whoops, and line it up right there. And so I want the window to like look at something else. So what I'll do is I'll put my other window room next to it, and I'll put a one door window room right here, and I'll maybe make like a little loop around there so you'll kind of see where you're going to end up through this window. So I need a couple corner rooms to finish this out, so I'll use... Oh, and I accidentally made this this door a child of the other one. I'll just drag this up to the level so it's not like that. Oh, I did that with these guys too. Whoops. I don't want these to be children of each other. Okay, so let's add in our 2B, which actually naming this like corner, I think, is what Angel named it, makes more sense. But anyway, let's just put one of these here. And I'll rotate this one around. And then I'll duplicate it and put this one over here. Okay, so now I have a nice little ending thing where we're gonna just go around in a circle. And then I'll put another little ending guy over here. So I'll select my main level and add this one door with a window, and I'll throw this over here. Okay. Okay, so once I've done all that, what I want to do is just like make a video of playing through the level. So I can't do that right now. I'll demo that as soon as I'm done with this. But we can just test out the level. We can take a look at these windows and see how this looks. Looks pretty good. Make sure I can't escape. Okay, that looks good. So once you make a video, we can make a post. You can also include images if you want. Like a nice image to use might be the layout of the whole window. So I could go into full screen in Godot and click on the why isn't it letting me? Okay. I should be able to, maybe if I go to top view. Okay. I could go into top view, or maybe, yeah, top view I think is good. But I kind of want to, yeah, maybe I'll rotate around like this. And so I could get like a top-down view of my level. And so I could take an image of this like I normally would. So I'd hit Command-Shift-4 and then hit space and just take a picture of that. So I can include that with the video as well. So you can use a combination of images and video, obviously. And so then when I'm ready, I'll go over to the Open Lab and make a new post. And for the categories, I'm going to choose the Project 1 Maze and weekly devlog. And I'll call this Maze walkthrough. And so I'll add the image that I just took. So I have this screenshot here, and I'll throw that on here. And then with the video, I'll add that as well. I made an example video earlier, so I'll just add that for now. So I made this little video example, and I'll show you guys how to make something like this in a moment. And so I'll just upload this. Oh, actually, this says this file exceeds the maximum upload size for this site. Okay, so sometimes your videos are going to be too big. So let's delete this. So instead what I'll do is I'll upload this to YouTube and then add a YouTube link. If you don't have a YouTube account, you can obviously create one pretty easily. I can go over that with you if you want. But so if you have a video that's really large, you're not going to be able to upload it directly to WordPress. If the video is relatively small, you could upload it directly like that. But otherwise, we're going to have to upload it to YouTube or somewhere, like that. So I'll just upload it here and just go through and publish it. You can make it public or unlisted. If it's unlisted, it won't show up in YouTube results, but it'll still appear on the blog. And then to embed a YouTube video, you just save the link. So I just go to the video as it's uploading and get shareable link. And then I can just paste it directly into WordPress. And most of the time it'll recognize that it's a YouTube video and it'll put it in there. It's still processing, so it doesn't have a background image yet, but it'll add there eventually. And then you can include some text. So this is a walkthrough of my maze level so far. I added some nice windows. And then we'll publish that. And once that's done, we'll copy that and take a look, and there we go. So the video's not ready yet, but it'll be up there soon. And we've got a nice image of our level. And so I'll go over to Brightspace once I'm done and just go to the assignments and find, this is blog post 2. And so I'll take a look through the requirements and make sure I did everything, and then I'll submit a link and just click submit. And so yeah, that's kind of the project submission or the blog post submission process again. So yeah, now I'll stop the video and I'll show you guys how I would record a video. And just keep in mind that in the documentation resources, there are videos on how to do this. There's also a million YouTube tutorials on how to record a video on your computer, so you'll be able to find them easily. Okay.